Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wrestling Guy podcast. I'm your host, David Gomez. And of course, I've got my co-host, Richard, who's a little nervous.
Hi.
We're recording here live at the Wrestling Guy store, 6085 State Street, Huntington Park, California, 90255. And before I bring on our guest, let me just give a quick plug to our signing this weekend, which is X-Pac, former WWE Cruiserweight, Light Heavyweight, European, and Tag Team Champion. X-Pac. Yes, he was a Tag Team Champion with 1-2-3 Kid with Ray and Sparkplug Holly.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yeah. So let me introduce our guest. Speaking of Sparkplug Holly, no, I'm just kidding. I bring on Aerial Instinct, Lucas Riley,
What's up,
Jake
guys?
Atlas.
What's going on?
Don't worry, don't look into. There's no mic. You're good.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. You're just
There's
like
a camera though.
You're
right?
just like on four cameras.
Oh, no,
you guys
it's
are good.
just
Just
audio.
audio. You guys are
Oh,
safe.
perfect. Okay.
You guys are
I was
safe.
like,
I'm trying to like beef up.
You're squaring up.
I can relax.
Yeah, you can relax. Look at it.
Just like better than
Just for those that can't see, you guys will see the pictures afterwards because we'll take a picture. But Lucas looks like a cholo right now. He's got the beanie, the flannel, and
Santino,
and-
bro?
Yeah. Is that a Santino, bro?
Yeah, it is.
He's
a
ready to
Santana
square up.
bullshit.
Black on gray, baby.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
So that,
I've actually gotten that before from Robbie. Telling me that I look like a cholo.
is this purposely?
No, I don't know. I just like flannels, I guess.
flannel.
It's the
That's
flannel.
the style.
That's the love.
That's what the kids are wearing nowadays.
Exactly. I bet you when it was raining, he probably wore tank top and shorts. It's-
With long socks and pantuflas.
Yeah, but pantuflas. Just for those that have wondered, I've known Lucas since he was about
Like,
12.
maybe, or even sooner. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. When I was really young, I don't know.
But you know, the funny part is, I've known you since you were like 11 or 12. But I feel like I know Jake more.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
He stays in contact with me.
I guess.
wow.
Yeah.
There's a little jab
He
right
doesn't
there.
reach out to
He
you.
doesn't
I
reach out to
guess.
me.
I guess. I don't know.
Not
Hey, I was gonna come Sunday. But
He's trying to do away from his past.
Oh, is that what it is?
While he's moving forward, man. You can't look behind him.
Yeah, he's not looking back, David.
Yeah.
that was the old me.
You're holding him down, dude.
I guess so. Yeah. He used to come in and get his figures, and now he used to do a nice vlog
Wow.
There you
with,
go.
with the figures, and now he doesn't even do that anymore.
Yeah, no, that's the old me. This is a new and
This
improved
is the last time you're going to see him.
Oh,
You're not seeing him.
I know. I'm not gonna see him. I'm just like,
After this, we're done.
in all seriousness, you know, when he was 12 or 11, he used to say he was going to be a wrestler,
Yeah,
and then he started training at 16,
yeah. 16.
and then you guys became after training, right? How long after training did you guys become a tag team?
Well, he started training while I was out with an injury.
Yeah.
So I must have been 6 months in, and then he was just starting. So
Yeah,
he still had to graduate before. We're like a lot of people don't know we're like a lot separate apart in terms of like training.
really?
Yeah, just because I started first way before, and then obviously I hurt myself. And
like
then-
he started like with like Brody and
Yeah, and
Douglas.
Doug.
and
Oh,
all
okay.
that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So and then he's been training for a year now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I came in with like Alonzo, so yeah,
It's a
it
huge
just-
gap.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
huge gap.
Okay, so then with the huge gap, how do they tell you like,
How did this happen?
yeah, how do you guys partner up?
I think it was. Here's the version that I know.
Okay.
You could correct me if I'm wrong, but we did not like each other at first. Like, did not. Well, he didn't care for me. I didn't like him because
Okay.
he was like my replacement,
Yeah,
kind of.
He was going to be the new Jake Atlas.
Exactly, or at least so I thought. So it kind of made me competitive with him. Like I was super competitive. I didn't want him to surpass me. I didn't want him to be good. And
Damn.
yeah,
But you know what? It's
no.
good though because people now they see it's competitive. There's a
Yeah, I
competitive-
think that's why we work well. Like, I push him and he pushes me. But anyway, I think I just gravitated towards him. Like, I'm a huge fan of the youth. Like, I love the youth and passionate about kids. And so I was talking to you earlier about Hannah, and I'm really happy she's doing that because I'm a firm believer in that because it was so hard for me as a kid to be me.
Right.
And seeing him be himself, truthfully, I loved it. And so we became best friends first. But before we even decided we wanted to tag, we were just like, we're cool. Like, you're the homie, you know, like, we're cool. We got along. And we obviously wrestle similarly. And then if there was anything in specific, it was Brody, who like kept telling us we looked like brothers. Like, people kept telling us that we looked like brothers, that we looked alike.
I can see it a little bit.
Probably because like we're also like the two Mexican kids.
Yeah.
We're the two Mexicans.
Yes,
Of
yes.
course we look alike.
Yeah. Yes,
I'll
we're
make
like the
it.
only
Yeah.
brown ones there. So it kind of just was in our heads. We were like, yeah, maybe we are brothers.
Yeah.
And for the longest, we thought we were going to go in a direction of being brothers. Then we showed up to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, and they pulled us aside and they said, oh, well, we're interested in bringing you guys in as a tag team. And we had already had that idea, but we weren't sure like how it was going to be executed between the two of us. So that was kind of the catalyst, like them saying, we want you to do it. So then we got gear, we got the name down, and at least that,
Yeah,
and then the rest is history.
Yeah.
We're here now.
Yeah, well, I remember
It's all a complete 180.
No, totally. Jake asked me.
pretty much the same thing. I remember the first time he came in, like, because, like he said, he was gone with a neck injury, and in my class, I thought like, okay, like I'm the best one here. I think I'm the best one here, and like we were just doing training and stuff, and then he comes in. And a former gymnast, he comes in like
My
I
big
thought.
return.
Yeah, I thought I was cool with all like my little flips and stuff, and then he comes and starts doing all these crazy flips in the ring, and I'm like, damn, what the?
He gave,
Like, what-
he gave up a little bit.
I didn't know like where he came from. I was like, Jesus, like
Why is he
where did
flipping
you
like
come
that?
Like, whoa.
Why did I be doing all that?
I wasn't expecting all that, and then
He was probably like, get his ass back.
There
to
was
WWE.
there was actually a specific moment I remember. Now that I remember, Mongo was training us at the time, and Mongo's so like he's so funny with his training sessions. Like he's always like pushing your buttons, like, are you better than him, or are you better than him,
Right.
or why are you better than him? Are you the best? Like questions that it's like, dude, like it's subjective, you know. And I remember one day we had to do an Indian run. So if you guys don't know what Indian run, it's like when you run in a line, and then the last person goes to the end, and you switch off like that, right? So he said the fastest person go to the end. Right? So I just see me and Lucas outside, and we're waiting. We're like warming up, like, yup, and everyone's getting in line. And then they start running, and we don't go and like follow everyone because we're just waiting, like, homie, I'm not going. Like, you need to go before me or something. And he just goes, and yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know you were that competitive.
Yeah, he was.
well, yeah,
Or
still
is,
is.
still.
Oh,
It
yeah,
still is.
yeah.
I'll send him stuff that I'll work on at training, and he's like, you could do this better, or you could do that better. And
well,
like,
I'm
"Alright."
being honest. I mean, like,
Hey, yeah,
it's better being honest than
That's
be
how
like,
it's
oh yeah,
gotta
that's good. Like,
No.
So I'm trying to help him.
You know what? And it's,
You're pushing him, huh?
and it's true because now that I think about it, when you used to come with your friend over here, you guys were always competitive on who was going to be the better wrestler.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
Or buy the most toys. which
yeah,
one?
or buy. Yeah. I think it's true. I honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I think he would buy a figure, and they would up.
Up the ante.
Yeah, thank you. And he would buy two, or he would buy two, and he would buy three. I think they always had to compete.
Like I remember we would always like keep track of like, okay, I'm beating him in subscribers. Like on YouTube, I would like we would keep track because like there was I was always like up on him on subscribers, but then like he beat me one time. And I was like, oh, nah. So then, but then I just like surpassed him.
No wonder I would get those messages like, "Hey, Dave, follow me." Like I'm advertising your store. You better follow me. I did. I followed you.
Yeah, I remember even like when we would do vlogs, like and we would record. Like sometimes, like I would start recording. And then he would start recording. I'm like, nah, this is my footage right here. Or vice versa.
Yeah.
He's like, why are you always trying to record when I bring out the camera?
Are you now knowing how competitive you are and you're competitive? Are you both like still try to outdo each other at least in the ring? Like in a tag match.
He doesn't know it, but I do. So I always listen to the spot that he has, and it's not that I try. It's actually not that I try to outdo it. I try to keep up sometimes because I think there's different elements that we both bring to the tag team, and he's definitely really creative. So I look at whatever I see him doing, and I just, for example, in a tag match, if he's going to open it up, the people who follow need to follow that energy or need to surpass that energy. So oftentimes he is the one that starts. So I'm always listening over and like, damn, he did that, or like, fuck, okay, like what can I do to improve it? Not necessarily, I guess, outshine him, but it is still competitive in that,
Right.
like, I want to make sure I can keep up, and I'm thinking on my feet
Yeah.
enough as much as he is, you know? I don't know what he thinks when we're putting the matches together. But,
Yeah.
like
I
the
mean-
other day, like when we wrestled at Amped Up for Sean Black's show, and he had the opening spot, and I had called all my spot already without listening to his. And then I hear him put his together, I'm like, fuck. Okay, so then I'm like, damn, because I go back and I'm like redoing my spot. Meanwhile, the guy I'm partnered with, he's like, you're changing it up? Okay, damn, oh my God, I just remembered the other part. So then I go over to him and I'm like, hey, are you doing this? He's like, yeah, damn. Are you doing this? Yeah, damn. All right.
Damn, is it that?
Well, it's funny because I also like the same thing at Amped Up. Like I listened to him, and then like I started like eavesdropping on like what he's doing, and I'm like, all right, hey, listen, maybe like you know how we had this? Maybe like if we do this, it'd be even better. You feel me? And then I'm like, yeah.
Don't worry, I do that with Richard all the time. When Hannah does her podcast, I'm like, let me listen. Let me steal some of those questions. Right?
Yeah, actually.
I'm like, let me see what he's
You
coaching
see
her
the
on.
video, you see him in the background, just like, okay.
Like, you know what? Never mind. I ain't gonna ask that one no more. Yeah. But it's true, right? Now, okay, when they tell you guys, when you saw him the first time when you saw Lucas the first time at training, and you didn't like him, whatever, and then when you guys started talking, was the intention to be a tag team, or were you still like more like, okay, we'll be singles? I know you said you guys were talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, at first, I don't think so. I think it was just like, it was like whatever, like what, like we're just gonna push each other, like it. I wasn't expecting it, at least, like I had my own thing going on. Like I had already debuted at least 4 to 5 months before he did. So I was already getting my ball going. So it's not that I wanted, I just wasn't thinking about it, It was more so just, if anything, I just saw it as, hey, you're about to debut soon. You can follow me and you can go to all the shows I'm going to, and I can help you get your face out there. But somehow it just turned into, what if we just teamed it? Like, what if we just did that? And we didn't really do it a lot last year. We're just getting started this year.
More tag team this year?
Yeah, so we're that's something definitely we're looking forward to doing. And if anything, we actually want to try even harder to see if we can still keep up our single stuff. I think that'd be a good accomplishment to get recognized as Jake Atlas in my own personality and my own gimmick, and him with his, while still bringing a tag team aspect to it. I think it's a challenge. I definitely think it's a challenge, but I think it's doable. So
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the first time, like we started to get used to each other. I feel like we were always competitive, and then we started to get used to each other just by always seeing him at training, always seeing me at training, and then
in the ring, like we have really good chemistry together.
Yeah.
Like really, really good.
And then I feel there was this time where we went to we did this thing with Jarvis Cottonbelly and his character class, and we went to the beach and we did this we basically wrestled on the beach.
Oh, yeah, I
so
saw
we
that.
could
Yeah.
basically like see like what like the like other
Non-wrestling fans
would
thought
think.
of it.
Yeah. And then I remember like I rode with him, and then we were just like just like communicating and just like bonding. And then I feel I think that from that I think that's when we like started like more like disliking each other and more like
Yeah.
kind of becoming friends.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's the same thing here.
The bond started.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
It started growing there.
Yeah.
Kind of like us.
Yeah, I guess. If you want to go that route.
Kind of like us, right?
I don't want to put it all out there like that.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, what was it? Just come in here, yell at each other, and leave.